Goes into her
Paula Badosa
first fourth round at a major. It's been a breakthrough tournament. Opportunity for both here to make a big quarter-final. That's the prize on the line today. Welcome again, Laura. Who do you think has the biggest opportunity today, if you like? It's been a while since we've seen Paula in a Grand Slam quarter-final. As I just mentioned, Wang's playing her first fourth-round match at a major. It's a big day for both of them.
Yeah, if I'm looking at the consistency over the last few months, I'll probably lean towards Paula. I mean, she put together a really good Wimbledon fourth round there, and then just feels like she's finding some form after what's been a really tough couple of years with the back injury. It's chronic. She's going to face ball striking like that. Yeah, the difference for me is that Paula seems to have found a way to play through the pain, almost like pain management every day that she goes through with that back injury. She was told by a couple of doctors that she shouldn't or couldn't be able to play for long. Feels like, in a way, that forced her to be a bit more aggressive with her game style. She's a phenomenal mover from the back of the court, hits the ball big, but for me, with her physicality, just drops too far back at times. And she can't afford to do that today.
Early pressure here. Exactly what you've predicted from the Chinese player. Just solid tennis from the back. The word go.
For serve.
Pretty big serve, 112 miles an hour. Second break point to face. Brilliant summer she has had. Recent champion in Washington, D.C., so was over in the States pretty early. Just done a good block over in North America on the back of Wimbledon.
Short. And a bit of a pull out really there to go for the drop shot. Had enough time to play the topspin backhand.
Semis in Cincy as well on the back of the win in Washington, where she was a wild card in the draw, ranked down in the 60s that week. dropped in.
She's had to go to the towel already, first game.
Does it make it more muggy, more humid with the roof closed? That sort of lack of airflow. Although there are sort
so
of
much, yeah. There's the built-in slats.
Yeah, there are sort of open areas, if you like, in this court under the structure of the court.
And that's the dominant shot from Badosa. The backhand, I think the forehand's great, but she often plays it open stance, waits for it to drop slightly more and waits for it to come to her. The backhand, she steps in.
Still not done with this opening game. Juice number 3. Perfect example, Laura, of exactly what you said pretty much 6 minutes ago, that it's not going to be straightforward today. It's going to be hard work in these humid conditions. Everybody involved today is into the last 16 for a reason.
You see how far back Wang is dropping in the points too, willing to soak up the pace from the other side. Wait for the unforced error.
Still she holds on. That's 4 break points saved now.
With a cheeky 114 down the tee.
Points already played in this opening service game.
Advantage Badosa.
Well, touching by that opening game, might be one of those hard hat days today. 9 minutes it's taken for Paula Badosa to emerge on time, not before 4:30. We've got Nakashima, another American, plays the number 4 seed Alexander Zverev, and then Mertens and Sabalenka, the number 2 seed, on this court. So 4 singles to enjoy. All 4th round matches today. Wang Yafan coming through that section of the draw that did feature the number 9 seed Maria Sakkari, who retired from their 1st round match. I think that was the shoulder injury that's been bothering the Greek. So he's made the most of the opportunity. She was saying beat Parry in the 2nd round. Azarenka in round 3. That was 3 sets. The winner of this match in this section of the draw will play either Emma Navarro or Coco Gauff. They are in action inside Arthur Ashe Stadium today. All-American battle, a repeat of their match at Wimbledon.
Yeah, Emma Navarro came through that one in straight sets. A lot to play for today for the defending champ.
Sabalenka, your pick to come through this half, Laura? If anyone's standing out, it's...
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, Iga looked great last night, though. Opposite sections, of course, but we're already getting excited for the second week here.
Forty, 15.
30 years of age and 80 in the world. That ranking will be moving in the right direction, whatever happens today. 2 Chinese players in the 4th round of the women's singles. Zheng playing Vekic later. Of course, the Olympic gold medalist, her compatriot.
And that's a rematch of the Olympic final.
40-30.
Chinese players play completely different in my mind, though. Zheng has grown up on the clay courts. She's happy to add loads of topspin and height with her forehand side. Wang plays a pretty even-keeled game.
Different level, that forehand. Airborne when she struck that. Brings it back to deuce.
That's her best serve. Slider out wide on the deuce side. Doesn't get as much shape to it when she goes for the slice on the ad side. Of course, it's moving into the court in that scenario where she's going for the tee. How many deuces have we had?
14 minutes on the clock. Wow, that was close. Still not through this service game. It's nice, moving up the court. And a chance now for the Spaniard.
Advantage, Badosa.
23 points we've played.
I think it's grab your hard hats and maybe some sustenance, because we might be in this for the long haul.
It's got the makings of an epic, hasn't it, already?
So many of Badosa's matches are epics, though. I mean, she has these, you know, 4 in the third, 6 in the third in her last match. You look at the run to the title in Washington, 4 in the third against Raducanu. The final was 4 in the third as well, and even her straight sets wins do take some time, and in my mind it's because she plays a really nice game for the opponent on occasion, where you can just sit back and soak up all the pace. It feels almost nice coming onto your racket.
Yeah, fabulous reward for all the hard work so far.
Badosa leads. 2 games to love.
2-love in 17 minutes.
But I think sometimes we talk about opponents who make you feel really uncomfortable and, you know, almost bring your level down to theirs. This is the opposite. It's like she makes everyone play really well.
Just flashed her bio, facts and figures on the big screen inside the stadium, which the eagle-eyed will have noticed that it mentioned she's born in New York, Paula Badosa, something she talked about, or has talked about, en route to the round of 16. One of the reasons she feels so at home here, and maybe just buys her a bit of extra support.
Love 15.
Well, I remember watching Wang play that match against Caroline Garcia. I think from memory it was on court 5 over the other side of the grounds this time last year. And huge support for her, because if you walk just across Corona Park, which is just behind us, that's sort of attached, well, Billie Jean King National Centre is part of Corona Park. There's all sorts going on, football, volleyball, there's mini golf just behind us as well. There's the coach. There's a huge Chinese community. Beautiful. So she will get a lot of support today as well.
15-30.
Shot of the match so far.
Funny to me to see that Badosa had never made it past the second round here before. These courts are tailor-made for her. She enjoys a faster hard court. Back to the regular duty balls this year. She's getting some extra pace off that.
So here we go again, another break point. She had 4 in the opening game of the match. All went unconverted, of course.
Deuce.
It wouldn't be right to have a game without a deuce.
6 forehand winners, 9 in total compared to Wang's 4.
Let's for serve. Advantage, Badosa.
Oh, this combination is tough to handle for any opponent. It's a high ball toss. It can go a little haywire at times. Quite often she has to catch the ball because it goes too far in front, ends up chasing it.
Well, it's 3-love, but it hasn't been quick or easy. 22 minutes it's taken, and she's saved 5 break points along the way. Been busy in that box during the sit-down. The racket went back to the team for a regrip. They made it just in time. Badosa in good shape. 3-love first set. There's one title on the CV. That was back in 2019 in Acapulco on hard. As Laura was saying, it's been a complicated few years for the world number 80. Good to see her at this stage of a major. If you look at how many matches she played and break it down into seasons, I mean, 2019 was a pretty normal year for Wang, and then you look at 2020, 9 matches, 2021, 22 matches, 2022, 29 matches. What would be a sort of normal number for a season if you're fit throughout the calendar? Well over 50, right?
Well, yeah, it depends how much you win.
Yeah.
You might play 29 tournaments and only play 29 matches.
30-15.
Shows how little she was able to play because of the problems traveling around the world. So both of them in some ways just trying to get back to a regular schedule.
Well, even if she loses this match, she's going to be in the top 65, which changes a lot. You're very likely to get into the Masters events without qualifying. Entryless probably already done for Beijing.
30-40.
So you imagine she's not going to be short of a wild card or two across the Asian swing.
Chance for a double break.
Ball.
Pulled it wide, and well, it's been tough going, but it's a perfect scoreline for Paula Badosa. 4-love.
Badosa leads 4 games to love.
Double break.
First set.
Doing a good job of just winning the most important points right now.
Yeah, maybe figuring out Wang's game slightly more as the match goes on too.
Quick reminder to download the US Open app to follow all your favourite players, all the scores on there, the stats, the match highlights, player news, and new this year you can watch live 3D views of all the singles matches. It's on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store.
Love 15.
First serve percentage probably not where she'd want it to be at the moment for Paula. 57%. Actually only won 7 out of 13 first serve points as well, which is very unusual for her. That's down at 54%. Every other match she's been up in the 70s at least.
$15 all.
Anticipates it well.
30-15.
If we look back to her last match against Gabby Rusa, that 6th in the third, the first serve percentage was 46% for the match. And for me, that's all to do with the ball toss. The fact that it goes too high at times, too far in front. And she's not one to just roll in a kick first serve.
30 all.
Very committed to nailing down 110 and above.
I was playing mixed as well with Steph, of course. Steph Tsitsipas her.
Didn't go so well for them.
No, no. So fully focused on the singles now.
That's a beautiful forehand.
40-30.
Maybe could have stayed forward, taken that one out of the air, but no problems to finish it off from the baseline.
Second serve points won. 8 out of 12. 8 forehand winners so far. Such a heavy forehand, isn't it? Off a fairly high ball. That was around head height, that last one. Absolutely clubbed it. Second double brings things back to deuce. And another. It's a shot that has made a difference today so far.
Badosa.
12-5 in the winners count.
Game, Badosa.
and an ace to wrap up game 5. So the so incredibly still looking to get on the scoreboard. And if you're just joining us, that's because it's been competitive, especially first 3 games or so. He's had 5 chances to break. Those break points coming across 2 of Badosa's service games.
Love. Game 1.
Deserves to be on the scoreboard.
Absolutely. Seals it with an ace. 5-1.
5 games to 1. First set.
Well, let's see if she can have any joy on the return game. I think Wang just finding herself a bit too far back at times, letting Badosa dictate.
15 love.
Not much you can do about that.
She's having a good forehand day.
30 love.
We love a good forehand day. And that's the 10th forehand winner.
40 love.
15 total. I'd love to see the forced errors from Wang as well, where she's been pushed and just clips her racket on it, but we've seen that point over and over again.
Oh! 40-15.
Yeah, sometimes we just have the winners count, don't we? So it gives you an indication.
You always get winners, unforced errors, but the forced errors, I guess, is a bit more subjective.
Yeah. But it gives you an even clearer idea, doesn't it, of what's been going on. And you throw those into the mix as well. Oh, yes, backhand this time. What a set that was
6 games to 1
for the 26th seed. She's halfway there.
Wang to serve. New balls.
So set number 2 inside Armstrong. More of the same.
Even that's landing just inside the line.
Love 15.
If you're being really picky, you could maybe say that Badosa could have taken one out of the air 4 shots ago. Did that well in her last match, came in 11 times, won all 11.
Very nice.
15 all.
It's her 7th winner. Fewer winners, fewer unforced errors, but Badosa won't mind 1 or 2 misses along the way, given how potent that forehand's been.
Oh! 15-30. All. A
little bit frustrated to miss that forehand return off a second serve. She'll want to carry this momentum over into the start of the second.
Nice change up, going for the flat serve down the tee.
40-30.
Needs to do something different. Almost play uncomfortably aggressive for a few games until her opponent backs off slightly.
It's a good start. Good reset. The Armstrong court. The noise when this place is full is something else, especially with the roof on. Got a taste of that earlier in the week when was it Naomi Osaka was on this court?
Yes.
I think you did that match, Laura.
It was great energy. Taylor Fritz actually the other night said he prefers this court over Ash, that it's just more of a vibe.
New York is certainly a vibe. There's a lot going on. I just feel like this is a busier, slightly noisier court. You've got the sort of gap between the 2 tiers, haven't you, with a lot of food and drink stalls. And so you've got quite a bit of movement around that area. People can walk around. And then you've got all, of course, the normal chaos of the US Open. You've got the train tracks just beyond, and the Met Stadium, the baseball stadium's not too far away. If the roof's open, you've got a few flights from LaGuardia coming over the top.
Medvedev compared it to an Italian restaurant.
That's right, yes.
But there was just a buzz in the air. Constant noise. Good correction after the double fault, but the look over to the team, I think, tells you that she's starting to feel a little uncomfortable with the first serve, just collapsing at a time or two.
Right on cue. Wayward ball toss.
40-30.
It was a good correction though as well. Even though that was a one-sided first set, this is an important stage of the match for Badosa. Again, just lost the ball toss.
Game Badosa. 1 game all. Second set.
But hasn't been broken yet. That will please her. "13 match wins for the Spaniard since the start of Washington coming into this match. Sensational. We've been admiring the forehand on a regular basis so far today. Check this out.
I love her backhand.
Time to admire the backhand on that occasion.
$15 all.
Seen all those forehands flash past her, thinking, well, I'll go in and test the backhand out, and then produces that sort of pass.
It certainly feels like Wang has decided to step in at the beginning of this second set, playing up the baseline.
30-15.
And willing to come forward.
Oh, just missed it.
40-15. Game 1.
Well done after the first set.
Going straight to the iPad.
Early stages of set number 2. We're on serve.
As we start to talk about the Badosa ball toss and how much it changes, I feel like you need to kind of put some numbers to it. Just on the ad side, her ball toss range left to right has been 89 centimeters. So that's one going well behind the head, all the way off to the right. And then a 50-centimeter difference
30 love.
from front to back as well. So it's really got a wide range of opportunities that can happen, really.
Yeah, we saw a couple of the ball tosses in the previous service game.
Out. 40 love.
But when it's good, it's one of our biggest strengths.
5 doubles now. She won't want that number to get too much higher.
Two games all. Second set.
So 2 apiece. Much more competitive opening passage of play in this second set. That's the official tournament website address down in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, usopen.org. That's your online home for point-by-point live scoring throughout every single day of action. All the highlights, real-time stats on there. The draws and the schedules, of course, every day. It's the official tournament's website, usopen.org. Day 7 today.
Love 15.
Got the fans on today, up at the top of the upper tier.
It's Labour Day weekend, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Big sporting weekend in this part of the world.
Good day to watch some tennis.
Love 30.
Nice to see the change-up, not afraid to drop into the backhand slice when needed. Made it more awkward than it needed to be.
Just getting worried about how
15,
close to
30.
the chair she was going to end up there. She's going to play it sitting down at one stage.
Big point to come through. It's felt like most of the rallies,
30 all.
9 shots and above, have gone Badosa's way.
Nice combination. There's that serve that you picked out in the opening set, Laura, the serve out wide and
40-30.
opened up the court nicely.
Hasn't used it as much as I thought she would. There was a few that landed a bit short in the box that Badosa took advantage of, and that's kind of gotten ahead a bit, I think.
These are the kind of games that Badosa was winning on a regular basis in the opening set. All the big points seem to be going her way.
Advantage, Wang.
Did a good job of making the most of a look at a second serve there. Big forehand into play. 5 of 13 second serve points won by Wang so far. It's a great return off the first serve on that occasion.
And look how fired up she is.
Advantage, Badosa.
Just tells you again that it's felt a lot closer than 6-1, 2-all. There's the forced error count.
First break point of this second set for either player. That's how to convert a break point. No messing.
Semis in Cincy, a match that she was right with Pegula.
Fully in charge now, set and a break. And we'll be feeling very confident after that final point of game 5, that big forehand return. Well, the backhands don't come much better than that. Perhaps not the same sort of power, but incredible precision.
Gets her own slow motion replay.
Keeping the team busy. Completed the set in terms of making the second week at all the 4 majors here in New York. First time she's done that here at the US Open. 4th round Australia 2022. You mentioned the quarterfinal at the French Open. That's her best effort at any of the 4 majors thus far. 3 4th round appearances at Wimbledon, including 1 this year.
Second serve.
It was around Rome that Badosa's form started to lift. Got through some tight 3-setters that week and ended up losing to Coco Gauff. But from there, you just see a lot more consistency about her results. No surprise losses.
30-all.
Earliest exit after that was the second round in Toronto, which was to Ostapenko, so by no means a bad result.
No, and still 3 sets, that one. Positive body language tells you how she feels. This stage of the match, still optimistic. Chance to break here. Zero from 5, her breakpoint conversion rate so far. Saves another, this time in style. That backhand winner count is starting to catch up the forehand.
Deuce.
Again, just the ability to close down the shot slightly more on the backhand. Has such lovely natural shoulder turn on the stroke, and then generally plays it semi-open or even a close stance, as we saw there.
Advantage, Badosa.
Ooh. Brain freeze.
Deuce.
Maybe didn't expect this one to drop in the court. Thought it was going wide.
Just missed this time. Relieved to see this drop wide. There's the call. Decent distance between the line and where that one dropped. So another chance to get up 4-2. Get a little bit closer to another Grand Slam quarter-final. Oh, it's a good sneak.
Much more willingness to come forward in this set.
Advantage, Badosa.
Survives another difficult service game. That's been one of the stories of this match. It's been under pressure
leads 4 games to 2
on a regular basis, but keeps
Second
fending
set.
off the break points, coming through these long games. And well, if you're just joining us, you look at the score and you see 6-1, 4-2, you might think this has been fairly one-sided. It hasn't. And if she does finish this off, I'm sure that's probably going to be the first thing she says. It's been hard work, but just 2 games away now.
All the net points, as we were saying last time she came in, really increased in this set. 8 out of 9. And actually Wang in set 2 is 30 centimeters further up the court than Badosa for her average hit point. So making it a huge effort to try and get up on the baseline. Realizing that set 1 just let too many opportunities come onto her racket.
$15-30.
Bit of freedom in this game to open her shoulders, having come through that tough service game. Edging towards another break, perhaps. And in good shape now.
15-40.
Two more chances to maybe, just maybe, finish this off. It is another break of service. So a service hold away.
15.
From a second major quarterfinal, it sounds straightforward.
Left for serve.
But after everything she's been through physically, this will be a significant moment for Paula Badosa. If she does get across the line, Laura, you would imagine quite an emotional day as well. You know, there were, as you were telling us, there were times fairly recently when she wasn't even sure she'd be able to play at this level again, and many experts telling her it might be beyond her.
Yeah, just a few months ago was still struggling day to day with her back and was in a brace on and off. It was really impacting her life, not just on the court but off it. So to see her make a quarter-final after all of that, and I think you could tell from her attitude today just how set on achieving it she is.
Getting closer.
30-all.
Driving herself towards the finish line. Wang Yafan doing everything right, though. That was a beautiful point.
Well, the reaction
40.
from Badosa as well. I put that down to some nerves, the fact that she's trying to close this out. Clearly very stressed.
Another chance to break. 7th of the match. And another saved. 7 out of 7. Teams getting involved. Just to her left. She's down the same end as her coaching box during this service game. Ball toss has gone. It's all happening. 5-2 juice. So close.
Amazingly, the spread of her ball toss from front to back is now up to 94 centimetres,
Wow.
or the equivalent of 14 tennis balls. So that is such a wide gap. And it's giving an Ivanovic-esque look to it, where no matter where she throws it, she's going to commit and still get after the first serve. 0 for 8 break points for Wang.
This is a dramatic service game. It's kind of strange, really, isn't it? Been up so comfortable on the scoreboard, 6-1, 5-2, but it feels like a game that is just riddled with tension. Here we go. There might be a release of tension if she can seal it here.
And finish. Badosa.
A point away. She's done it.
Badosa, 2 sets to love.
Paula
6-1,
Badosa
6-2.
is a US Open quarter-finalist. This will feel so sweet after all the dark days of injury. There we go. The emotions come flooding out.
What a win to close that out in 2 sets. Had to play well, and she did play well today. Just the power from the